Hi, my boys. Today is day 8. And yeah, we are here almost 10 days in. I hope you guys have learned a lot. I appreciate the support. I love the support when it comes to the videos. So I keep dropping them every single day. I wake up and I'm like, dang, we got more and more comments. We got more and more likes. People need help with this. People need help with that. So I just keep doing it. And with that being said, we are on day 8. Today we're going to talk about where's my chain. But today we are going to talk about the trade setup that I took today. So I took a trade on gold today and it was pretty successful. It was a really, really good trade. So I'm going to break it down to you. Everything that I've taught so far is good enough for you to be able to catch trades like this. So after day 10, we're barely going to be on the charts. We're going to be on the charts and there's going to be breakdowns later on, trust me. But after day 10, I have to truly shift your mind from thinking that you need more because what I've shown you already is good enough. It's what I do. So everything that I've said so far is exactly what I've applied to all of my trades. And I'm going to show you, right? So now you just have to get into the mindset of stop thinking like, oh, this is too simple, or it can't be that easy, or not trusting your analysis, or trading on the lower time frames overall when I'm telling you to stay on the higher time frames because those levels are way stronger, but you're not listening to me. So if you don't listen to me, you're not going to see any progress. And if you are listening to me, but you're not, critiquing and, making sure you're doing the right thing, so you're listening to me, but you're still not doing what I'm implying. You get what I'm saying? So, with that being said, I want you to take this video. I want you to have an open mind and I want you to truly understand what I'm saying. So, literally, before I start, I want you to clear everything in your brain right now. Clear everything out of your brain. Like, literally everything. And just listen to what the words that I'm saying. Go onto your chart and do the same thing that I'm doing. And we will start. So, with that being said, let's get into the video, right? So, today I was able to take a trade on gold for some sells. The reason why I took sells, so first I was looking for buys above this level, so above this level right here. And the reason why I was looking for buys is because the first time price ever broke above this this yellow box. So if we go to the 4 hour time frame, we can see that price has a swing high, two swing highs here, meaning sellers are sitting at this level and they're pushing price down. So sellers down, right? So sellers are at this yellow box pushing price down. If that doesn't make sense to you, I don't know what will, right? Sellers are sitting at this level pushing price down. They don't want price to come any higher than this. So, if price is to come above this level, this lets me know that there are no sellers at this level anymore, right? And there's an indication. So this is our next level of sellers. This is the next level where sellers are at, right? So when price corrects, we are going to look for price to come above this level to do the same exact thing that happened right here. That's all we're doing. So when it comes to trades, all you're doing is looking for where the sellers and buyers are at, which normally comes from the swing highs and swing lows. You look for either a swing high or a swing low to get broken. Once it gets broken, whichever way it chooses will let you know if there are buyers and sellers in control of that level. So, with this being said, price under this level sold. Why? Because there are sellers at this area of price. This area of price, under it, price has more potential to sell than it does to buy. So it doesn't make sense to buy under this level unless you're being risky, like I'm finna explain, right? Unless you want to be super risky and try to catch the bottom, there's no reason why you should buy under this level until price shows you otherwise that it's coming above this level. So once it comes above this level, you have any rights to place a buy. It makes sense, right? No matter where you place that buy at, you really want to place it where the initial break is, but no matter where at you place that buy, you could place it here, 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 here. Well, I wouldn't buy at the top, but get what I'm saying. Anything above these swing highs has the potential, I'm dead, potential to push above and come to these levels. So with that being said, this level of support, we can see that buyers are pushing price above this level. So since buyers are pushing price above this level, we started to see, this is actually what I did last night. Last night, I took a little risk on the 15 5-minute time frame. I seen price make this level of support here, so I kind of bought off of this, knowing I wasn't supposed to. I just wanted to, risk some money, put some money into the market because I was bored last night. I needed something to do. But the right place to do it is above this level. So my loss doesn't even count. My loss doesn't even count because I was being dumb. I knew I was doing the wrong thing, but I just wanted to make some money. If, maybe price would have came up during out of session, but besides the point. So this level right here, remember, it came from the 4-hour time frame. So that level came from the 4-hour time frame. With that being said, let me make sure we still rolling here. We still rolling. This level here, we can see that buyers are sitting at this level, pushing price in the different direction, pushing price up. So the moment, and today we might just call this reaction, right? Right? The moment that price breaks under this level, there's two ways that you can trade ICC, right? That you can use the indication, or you can purely just go off the fact that price has built structure that you can go off of, right? And what I mean by that is, for one, price sold off from where the level of sellers were at. So the level of sellers kicked in from down here. We're already under a level where price originally sold from way back in the past. So if we look over here, we can see that price has originally sold from these levels down to these levels. We just need some more confluence. So what we're going to do is, once again, scale to that 5-minute 15 to critique. Your 4-hour, your 1 hour is to overall guide you into what levels you need to be using. You need to be using the higher time frame levels because these levels, they break, and then that means price is looking to go in that direction with a strong push. The 5-minute time frame is just the how do I explain it? It's the preciseness. You need it brings preciseness to your trade. It brings that's not even the word that I'm trying to look for, but it just overall is the finishing cut to your trade that you need to have or that you need to take. So scaling down to this 15-minute time frame, all I did was I seen price was breaking below this level. It made a lower high. So these highs are lower than the previous ones. Even these are equal high. And it's breaking its own 15-minute level of support. So there's a support being broken. That's a bearish sign. There's a lower high in the markets on the 15-minute time frame. That is a sign. The 4-hour level that was holding price up. So once we go back, that 4-hour level that was holding price up, that is a sign. Price building that lower high from earlier and then selling off, that is a sign. These are signs that you are missing, that you're not, taking account of. You're like, oh, but there's a new high. I'm only going to focus on that. Don't focus on one thing. Follow price and everything it does. Every single thing it does, it is for a reason. So you need to follow along with what price is doing because it's showing you, hey, I'm going to do this. And if it wants to do that, you follow it, right? Maybe I did want buys on gold. Maybe I did want sells on gold. Who knows? I was just following price. Price broke a level of support. Price made a lower high, broke a 5 minute, 15-minute level of support. So I was comfortable with taking this trade. So if you guys follow me on Instagram and any other of my socials, you definitely see me post this today. But the reason why I took this trade, and we can go back to that 15-minute time frame. We can go back to that 15-minute time frame. And the reason why I took this trade was because of those reasons that I explained. 15-minute, 5-minute break of structures, the 4 hour level of support being broken, 1 hour aligning with everything. The 4 hour is bearish, the 1 hour is bearish, the 15-minute is bearish, the 5-minute is bearish. There is no other reason why I shouldn't get into that trade. So what I did was, once again, took that time frame, 5 minute time frame, or 15-minute time frame, 5 minute, either one. If you feel like the 5 minute looks better to you, you can use the 5 minute. If the 15 looks better to you, use the 15. There's no right or wrong. Just do not use the 15 and 5 minute to build the structure. Do not wake up in the morning and mark your charts up on the 15-minute time frame and the 5 minute time frame. No, your swing levels need to come from the 1 hour or the 4 hour time frame. The higher the levels you go, the higher the stronger the level is going to be. So if you're marking your charts up on the 4 hour time frame, it is going to be a strong push. It is going to be some strong momentum if price breaks your highs or lows on the 4 hour time frame. So with that being said, there is no reason why you should not be able to take trades like this. There's no reason. You're failing yourself and you're overthinking it. Go back and watch the videos. If I don't say it, then I don't use it. So stop questioning me on things that don't even make any sense. You're just making up things in your head to, correspond. And two, stop trading things that don't have any volume. You guys trade something like AUD, NZD or something, and then it's not moving. And then you're like, bro, ICC don't work. Of course it doesn't. It's not moving. Trade something with some volatility. Suck it up, build some capital to the side, learn, study ICC. As you do that, as you learn, once you feel comfortable enough to actually come into the markets, trade on demo if you have to, but onto the side, stack some money to the side. Once you feel comfortable, come into the markets. So that way you can probably have, I don't know, $500, $1,000, $3,000 before you start trading because you're trying to trade NASDAQ and gold and you only have 50 bucks. Stop trying to get into the market with a little bit of money and trying to come out with like thousands of dollars. Like you have to have a skill. And I tell people all the time, people that do all these small account builds and all this and that, bro, you're taking a risk by just doing that itself. You don't want to do that to yourself because one, let me tell you why you don't want to do that to yourself. If it's your last $50, then overall, if you lose your last $50 in the market, which you're already gonna lose, you're a beginner trader. Your chances of winning and coming out of the markets successfully with, let's say if you start with $50 or $100, your chances of getting to $1,000 are very slim. I'm not saying it's impossible. I've done it before. Tons of people have done it before, but your chances. I've done it before. Let me phrase it like that. I've done it before, but it has taken a while for that one successful account to actually go to 1,000. And most people will not tell you that. Most people will not tell you how many tries it takes to get to a certain level, right? So with that being said, you know, there's a gnat right here. You have to understand that you have to stop being scared, and two, you need to start trading things that actually has some movement, some volume. Fuck what I know. I used to say this too, but then somebody told me some real things. Like if you really think about it, the people that really make a lot of money in trading, and I'm not talking about the gurus. I'm talking about people that actually trade. They don't trade no fucking AUD, NZD, no fucking CHF, JPY. They're not trading that, bro. They're trading gold, they're trading oil. I'm pretty sure oil is something. I'm naming commodities right now. They're trading Nasdaq, they're trading US 30, some are trading SPY. These things move. They have movement. They're moving. They're super volatile. You can make money every other week, every day if most. but I wouldn't recommend trading every day. Give yourself some break. You need to have this brain cleared out when you're trading, right? So basically, I'm going to finish explaining the trade. I'm sorry I got off track, but you guys got to really understand. How do you catch all these moves? How many setups you take a week? How many I got bros, bro, first of all, I only take maybe like 6 or 7 trades, maybe a month. 6 or 7 trades a month. You don't want to know why? Because trades like this, they go on for 2, 3 days. You can carry them on throughout. I've already closed this trade, but like this is probably a trade that I could have held for a couple more days, but price got to support. I felt comfortable, so I was targeting this level here. Once again, I was targeting this level because that is where, if we scale out, come on, come on. That is where our swing low is. That is where buyers came into the market at this level. So price sold all the way down to this level. Buyers got into the markets. They started pushing price up. Price started showing signs of being bullish. Of course, there's going to be some liquidation here before price goes back up on another run. But that is why I got into this trade. So it could probably do the same thing. Buyers start kicking into the market, start trying to push price up, gold starts to rally, whatever the case might be. You just follow the reactions. You do not tell the market what you want it to do. You follow whatever it tells you to do. So the markets is showing you, hey, buyers are here, sellers are here. Follow along with what they're saying and just go with it, bro. Stop trying to be this fucking genie, bro. Stop trying to be a genie. You're losing money because you're trying to be a genie. That's why you're losing money. You're losing money because you want to be the fucking all see all know all, bro. You don't have a fucking crystal ball. And I'm sorry for cussing so much in this video, but bro, like you don't have a crystal ball. Just follow what price is doing. Stop holding yourself on one setup. Stop holding yourself on one trade. Get off of the smaller time frames, bro. I don't know what stresses me out more. Y'all sending me 5 minute charts or y'all sending me freaking NZD fucking ERG or some shit. I don't know. I don't know what makes it worse. You trading on the lower time frames and or you trading something that just has no type of volume to it. And when I say and I know some people are going to be like, "But GJ has volume, but GU has volume." Bro, I kid you not, bro. Save your money up, study, play on demo, study, play on demo, see how everything goes on demo. Once you feel comfortable and you've saved some bread to the side, 500, 1,000, you know how much, you know, I always bring up this story. I was trading one day, saved up for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, $900. And I didn't have skills at this time. I barely had any skills. I was making 10 bucks, 20 bucks, losing, losing, losing. But this one day I was like, let me just, if I have more capital, I'm gonna make more money. No skills though. I had capital, or I was building capital, but with no skills, right? This crazy story. Or you already know the story, right? Fucking finish what I'm finna say in the comments if you know the story already. Traded 900 bucks, put it into an account. Took me 3 weeks, 3 weeks to save up that money. In 5 minutes, I lost all that money that I saved up on my 9 to 5 job that I worked for 3 weeks to build up that $900 just to lose it all because I was thinking I was a genie. I was thinking like I just knew it all. I came into the market with no skills and it humbled me. So when I tell you I got a second job, I built up my capital again, and once I felt comfortable after studying long nights of how to read price, once I stayed up all these nights, I then put $3,000 into an account and then I started to build slowly my account slowly. And then as I started to stack a little bit of bread on top of it, once I went from 3,000 to 10,000, 10,000 to 20,000, then I started taking, risking a trade here, like taking a risky setup here or taking this setup. You could take whatever because you have room. You want to just all you want to do as a beginner right now is get out of the tight space. You're in the tight space right now. Anything under $5,000, to be honest, anything under $10,000, you're in the tight space. 5,000 is good. 10,000's you're there, right? And then you can scale from there, right? But if you're anything under $500, $1,000, you're really in that tight space. You just need to move yourself from $1,000 to 5,000, and then move yourself from 5,000 to 10,000 without risking so much. You need to build a system where you're coming in with consistent gains, not, oh, I have 500 and then the next day I have 3,000. That's a good, don't get me wrong, that's a good trade. That's a good setup, but you want to build something consistent where it happens all the time, right? Or it happens every other setup that you're taking, $500 a day, or, five, $1,000 every other day. Like once you build up, that's what you want. That's what your consistency is going to look like. Most of my trades, I know I'm going to get to like maybe 100K, maybe 50K. It's somewhere roughly around those ranges. Sometimes I have a bigger day. You never know. I might put on a bit more risk. Sometimes I have bigger days, but most of my trades, they're around 100K, 50K to 100K, right? And I know that's my range, right? So, with that being said, stop trying to be a genie. Build some capital to the side. Once you build the capital to the side, you need to overall think about, okay, I'm going to take this capital and I'm going to slowly build it, because what people do not tell you, and what people like, fuck that 1%, 2% shit, 3% shit. You need to overall think in your head, how can I replace my job? How much do I make in my job? How much do I make a day in my job? I make $50 a day in my job. I make $100 a day in my job. I work 5 days a week. Okay, bet. Okay, bet. Okay. That means that I need to be making around maybe 60, $70 a day off my trades. Or you can have 2 3 days where you have, $100 days, $200 days, build on that. But you already, and when I'm saying this, I'm not saying it from a fucking 500, I'm not saying it from a $50 account, $100 account, $200 account. I'm not saying it like that. You need to work that job that you're working, if you don't have one. To the youth out there, for my peoples, for my brothers, I know you don't want to work a 9 to 5. I know you don't. I don't. Well, my life is kind of a 9 to 5, but anyways, I don't want to work it. You don't want to work it. Nobody wants to work it. Somebody has to work it. But hey, man, suck it up. Go to work. Once you go to work, stack your bread, bruh. I know sometimes people have kids, people have bills. I understand that. Student loans, not financial advice. I would do it another time once you start to get the money. But then don't try to get yourself out of your student loans while you're trading. Trade to build capital, trade to get out of your job and then become full time and then work on that later. But once again, this is not financial advice. I personally don't have student loans, never had student loans, never had a car loan. And once again, this is not a flex. I just never kind of put myself in those positions. But like I said, not again, not a flex. People are going to hate me. People are going to love me. I'm not trying to flex, but I'm saying you have to be careful with the decisions you make in life. You have to be careful with the decisions you make in trading. I know shit gets hard. It got hard for me. I was homeless at 16. It gets hard. Shit gets hard. I understand. But everything you do in life, everything you even do on your trading account, will show up in the future to bite you if it is a wrong thing. So, with that being said, I hope you guys understand uh why I took this trade, and the reason why I took the TP down to this level is because this is where the next level of buyers are at, right? And the reason why I didn't go for this one or this one, because I know people are gonna ask, is because from this level, the last low that price made from selling from this level was this one. And then this was the lowest low. So that means price is looking to take out the last area of buyers. It's gonna take out these levels, but it is looking for the final boss. The final boss is here. So with that being said, like I said, after episode 10, I'm not going to be going over charts like that. You really have to shift your mind. I've told you how to trade. I've already, like, if you're watching this far, you already know how to trade. You're just overthinking it. You're just overthinking it, bro. Like, you're just way overthinking it.